Pro tip for any of my ladies and anybody else who may wear high heels, bring some extra shoes if your plan is hand in line, because I made that mistake and not comfy. Alrighty.
I left mine.
Alright, Mayor and Board of Aldermen, good afternoon. My name is Audrey Richards, and I am a congressional candidate as an independent candidate to represent Missouri's 7th District in Congress. Love that the news media left before I got to say that. Nice. Hair flip. Alright, so my name is Audrey, and I actually grew up here in the Branson area. When I went to college in Washington, D.C., I told everybody that I was from Branson because I love the values that our community stands for. I'm proud to be from here. And I want to go ahead and actually voice my support for the amendment that y'all are talking about, because I have the utmost respect for Administrator Dobbins, but I think that having elected officials make that decision is probably the more prudent way to go.
I voted for it that way to start.
So, now, with all of that in mind, and my pride in being a Bransonian, I want to talk to you about the two things that Branson is known for: faith and freedom. My church was a big part of my personal development, and that belief system informs my actions. And I'm willing to bet that a lot of the people over here who were concerned about me showed compassion whenever I had to sit down because I'm a little bit of a moron who didn't bring extra shoes. I would be willing to guess that that belief system is not one that they would share. And that same compassion is what informs my decision to wear a mask. People claim that not deciding to wear a mask is an individual risk and that the fatality rate is quote-unquote low. We have already had 3 deaths in our county because of this. And so I suppose, candidate Sykes got up here and said, enough is enough. Well, my question to all of you is, how many lives are you willing to risk? When is enough enough? All right, because we've had so much, that has been going on throughout this community. We are up to about 130 something cases when I came into this meeting, and now the medical professionals are telling us it's 142. It just keeps going up and up every day. And all throughout the Bible, it is said that we have to value individuals as children of God, and that every life has values, or the preventable loss of even one life is not reflective of Christian values. Now, we are in the middle of a pandemic that is getting worse, not better, and this ordinance is a safeguard against it getting worse. And I don't know, what exactly constitutes a quote-unquote true pandemic, as someone said earlier, because pandemic or quote-unquote true pandemic, I don't know what the difference really is, because all I know is if somebody coughs on me, I'm not going to be very happy about it. So, I suppose that my whole thing is that masking is a minor inconvenience with 8 different exceptions that our city attorney listed out. So it is a minor inconvenience that can save dozens or even hundreds of lives in our city and county. It is inexpensive and yet incredibly effective. Now, not to be all Jesus-y, but in John's first letter, they ask, how does God's love abide in anyone who has the world's goods, sees a brother or sister in need, and yet refuses to help? Well, we don't need the world's goods, we just need masks. That's it. If this measure can save even one life, then we have the responsibility to abide by it. Everyone likes to believe that they would be the good Samaritan that puts their well-being above that of someone else. Well, this is your chance to prove it. Now, every argument against this masking requirement begins and ends with quote-unquote freedom. It is true that America is a free society in which people are able to make choices for themselves. However, in this country, no one gets to make choices that put the well-being of others in danger. The CDC released a statement on Tuesday. I know that's not y'all's favorite organization, but they said that the main protection individuals gain from masking occurs when others in their communities also wear face coverings. With this in mind, I argue that masking is not in contradiction to our freedom as Americans, but is actually a core part of who we are as Branson citizens. Because we are people who care about others and are willing to go to any lengths to make sure our town can remain open without risking the help of residents and tourists. And that is what makes us look good in the national stage. Compassion and willingness to listen and take risks that may not exactly be comfortable. But we care about the people that come to our town. Now, in order to keep Branson open, to prevent us from bouncing all the way back to phase 1 once this becomes a quote-unquote true pandemic, we must actively limit the spread of this virus. And if everyone wears a mask, businesses are free to operate because everyone is at a lower risk. If everyone wears a mask, tourists are free like Goopering or other shows because the audience and staff are at a lower risk. And if everyone wears a mask, it frees up hospital beds, lifting the burden on our local hospitals and healthcare workers. And that is the sort of freedom that we should be celebrating. Everyone who comes up here and shouts, freedom, is really just saying that their personal choices are more important than the well-being of everyone around them. So I urge the board to pass this measure because our lives are not yours to risk. If one life does not matter, then none do. Thank you.
Woo!